Hello ladies, welcome. I'm bringing you another video today. This one is going to be much more relaxed. You can see I've got some nice comfy clothes on. I've got the legs down low. This one's just going to be like a stretching video, okay? So we're going to do some stretches. We're going to kind of go through a little flow pattern. We might do a little bit of core work, but just kind of going with the flow and seeing what happens today, okay? So just try to stick with me and try to do this workout video several times throughout the week. This one is going to be really, really important, okay? We want to keep our flexibility to keep us from getting injured when we get back into the gym. And just for general well-being, it's great to stay flexible, okay? So we're going to have feet a little bit wider than normal. I'll step back, hopefully I'm in the view here. We're going to take those arms out to the side. We're just going to start with some nice big deep breaths. Feel free to put on some relaxing music in the background. I've got mine going, you might be able to hear it, but we're just staying nice and relaxed today. Nice deep breaths in through your nose, out through your mouth. One more time. Good. Bring those arms to your knees. We're going to rotate our shoulders forward and forward. Just kind of twisting your back, warming up those shoulders, stretching them out a little bit. Good. Now let's take it into like a slow windmill here. You're going to take opposite hand to opposite foot. Just kind of reaching out of the arm up towards the sky. Good, now bring it to the middle, nice straight legs. Let your head go neutral and try to flatten your hands on the floor. Just keep holding that. Try to push those knees straight. All right, now look up for just a second. This is our stretch right now. Here's what I want you to do to move forward. Turn your fingers around and you're gonna reach back. Reach back behind those feet, okay? Reach back as far as you can. I hope you can get a lot farther than I can. All right, facing the front again. Let's come up. Nice tall arms. We're gonna come out to a side lunge, a deep side lunge. Okay, so we're gonna do a little flow sequence here. Just try to follow along. I think you can just join in and kind of catch along pretty quickly. So we're gonna go side lunge. Then we're gonna go forward lunge, but it's gonna be turned to the side, really deep here. Okay, then we're gonna lift into an arabesque. Hold. And then lift into passe. Hold and releve. And then come back to your forward lunge. Turn to the front and then switch other side. We're gonna go to this side. Forward lunge. Arabesque. Hold. Passe. Hold. Releve, arms up, and back down to our forward lunge. Side. Other side. Forward lunge. Arabesque. Passe. Releve. And back to that forward lunge. Side. Side. Forward lunge. Arabesque. Hold. Passe. Releve, hold. And back down. Forward lunge. Side. Side. Front lunge. Arabesque. Hold. Passe. Releve. Forward lunge. Side lunge last time. Other side. Forward lunge. Arabesque. Hold. Passe. Releve. And come back. Good. Let's go into that side lunge one more time. This time, I want you to try to bring your heel to the floor. Stretch out your calf there. Point this foot. Feel that nice, good stretch. You might feel it in your heel a little bit, in your Achilles tendon, and up into your calf, okay? But we're just trying to push that heel to the floor. And other side. Kind of rocking your weight back a little bit, okay? Point this foot. All right, let's come down to a nice straddle stretch here. We're gonna open up as far as you're able, okay? Now, before we start with any stretches here, I wanna talk about toe point for a second, okay? So, we're gonna learn the difference between pointing your foot and pointing your toes, okay? So, here's a totally flexed foot. I think you should be able to see that. Now, here's a foot. If I'm pointing through my foot, but not my toes. And here's what it looks like if we point all the way through our toes. Then we can go back to the just pointed foot, not pointed toes, and back to flex. So we're gonna go through that sequence a little bit. I hope that you can see that well enough. If not, maybe get a little bit closer to your screen. But we're gonna be in that straddle, and we're gonna totally flex. Lift those heels up off the floor if you can. Then point just your foot, not your toes. Then point all the way through your toes as hard as you can. Hold, hold, hold. Then flex just your toes. Keep your foot pointed. And then flex. Let's do that a few more times. Try to watch with me and go at my speed. Point as hard as you can. Good. Point. Flex just the toes. And flex all the way. One more time. Point just the foot, not the toes. Then add in the toes. Then flex your toes. And then flex your feet completely. Good. Try to do that a couple times a day. Those muscles that control our toe point are important to keep up too, okay? My cat might be about to get in your screen. Yep, there she goes. Thanks, Rory. Okay, all right. Now let's reach up and let's go to the right side. Just a normal two-handed stretch. Trying to get your nose to your knee. Push that leg straight, push your knee down to the floor, and point those toes. And reach out to the ceiling, left side. And arms overhead. We're gonna reach down for the middle, trying to touch your belly button to the floor, pushing through those knees. All right, we're gonna reach up for the ceiling again. This time, tucking one arm under, one arm reaching over. Try to turn your chest up to the ceiling. Keep those toes pointed and hold. Now while we're in this stretch, I want you to flex your foot on purpose and feel how that changes the pull in your leg. It feels more of like a nervy pull than a muscle pull. Now point that toe again. And remember what that feels like and think, I bet I'm more flexible when I point my toe than when I flex my foot. Maybe there's something to that in gymnastics. Maybe, just maybe, switch to the left side, when we point our feet, we're actually more flexible. Maybe there's some science behind pointing our feet. All right, flex that foot. Feel how the pull changes. And then point again. Good. Maybe readjust that straddle. Maybe you can get it a little bit bigger now that we've been in this for a second. Let's take arms overhead, and we're going down again. All right, come on up. Now, I want you to bring those feet in a little bit closer so that your legs are at a 90-degree angle here. Like this would be kind of the corner of a square. Think about it like that, okay? This is a pancake stretch. So we're gonna reach up. It's not gonna taste as good as pancakes, but we're gonna do it anyway. We're gonna reach down, okay? And I want you to still try to touch your belly button to the floor. How far can you go down? You can grab onto your heels if you want. You can pull down that way some. That seems to help me pull down farther. Push those knees down towards the carpet. And come on up. Good. Now stay in this position. You can widen just a little bit, but we're gonna go over to the right side. Hands are gonna be on each side of your knee, and we're gonna do a couple leg lifts here, okay? Just kind of working those muscles a little bit as we stretch them out. So we're just gonna lift our leg up and back down, up and back down. Keep going, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Other side, ready? 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And we're gonna do both legs at the same time, reaching towards the middle here. Ready? And go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Good. Let's bring those legs in. Shake it out if you need to. That's a really great exercise to do to keep those hip flexors strong. Your hip flexors are right here in front of your hip. It's probably exactly where you felt that exercise. You may have felt it back, like by your booty as well. That's okay. It works those muscles too. But it's important to keep those strong, but it's even more important to keep those stretched. So we're gonna work some hip flexor stretches in just a second. While we're here in pike though, let's do a pike stretch. I don't know what my cat's doing. So we're gonna reach up to the ceiling and we're gonna pike stretch. All right, come on up, breathe. Now, put those hands beside your knees. And we're gonna do some leg lifts here in our pike position, okay? So we're gonna do the same thing like we just did with both legs. Ready? And go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now, the closer your hands are to your ankles, the harder that one's gonna be, okay? But make sure that you're not leaning back like this. You wanna keep your hands at least by your knees or below. Okay, so let's reach up, pike stretch again. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Come on up and let's do 10 more leg lifts. Ready? Try to reach down a little bit lower than you did last time. And begin. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Awesome. Go on those knees for me. We're going to do a hip flexor stretch. Okay, I'm going to turn to the side. It's so important to keep our hip flexors stretched out. We want to keep these very flexible because when they get tightened up, it can cause low back pain. And that is our worst enemy. We do not want low back pain. Trust me, we do not want low back pain. So you're gonna put your right foot in front, about 90 degrees, okay? And you're gonna put your hands on your hips. Now, we're gonna tuck our hips under. Check that out. See, this is normal stance. We're gonna tuck those hips under and we're gonna lean forward. Just a little bit. It doesn't take much for this one because we're tucking those hips under. So just hold that. You might feel it all the way down to your knee. That's okay. That's good. We're going to hold this for a little bit, okay? Don't push it too hard. It should feel good. It should feel kind of like an intense stretch, but something that you can tolerate for a while, okay? That's just a good rule of thumb for all stretching. If we're ever stretching and it hurts so bad you feel like you're gonna cry, that's too far. We don't want you to push that far, okay? But it should feel like a pretty good, intense stretch. All right, now straighten that front leg, and we're gonna reach down, nose to your knee, pointed front foot, and let's go right leg split. Trying to turn that back knee down under towards the carpet, squaring up those hips. Now for the last 10 seconds, can you lift your arms up off the ground? Or at least walk them back some? Three, two, one. Come on out. Good. Let's move on to that left side. You don't have to turn. I'm just turning to show you, okay? To show you the importance here of hips out and hips under. Out, under, okay? And stretch. Square up those hips. All right, straighten that front leg, nose to your knee. And left leg split. All right, last 10 seconds. See if you can walk those hands back or if you can lift those arms. I am not that flexible, so I know that I probably should not lift my arms, that would be too intense of a stretch for me. So listen to your body, but try to challenge yourself a little bit if you can, okay? All right, come on out. Now, we're gonna do kind of a pre-Chinese split that we don't normally do, but I think it's a good one. So you're gonna have your legs bent at about 90 degrees, and we're just gonna go down in our Chinese split like that. It's a froggy stretch, kinda. Just make sure that your hips are in line with your knees. I don't know if I'm in the shot, just guessing. All right, now straighten out those legs, and let's go Chinese split. Try to stay on your elbows the whole time, unless you're so far down that you can go on your stomach. But try not to go up to your hands. This is actually a good shoulder exercise too. Kind of like a half of a plank. Five, four, three, two, one. Come on out. And shake it out. All right, ladies. Let's do a couple more stretches here. So how we did this the first time, we're gonna kind of go into it like that as well. But this time, we're gonna put that foot off to the side, and we're gonna come down like this. We're gonna turn that front leg out.
Your front leg should be almost at a 90 degrees, and we're gonna hold our weight on top of our hands and stretch out our hip to the side. So your back knee should be turned under, okay? Kind of like a split, but your front leg is turned, okay? And just hold that. And come on up. We'll do the other leg like that too. So left foot's in front, okay? You're gonna pull it over to the side, 90 degrees. Now notice that my booty is not touching the floor because my hips are not that flexible. Now, if you're like me, I want you to look like this rather than sitting down and turning that back knee out. This does not give you nearly as good of a stretch as coming up and over that leg and turning your back knee under. That's what we want, okay? All right, come on out. Let's lay on our back. Just take some deep breaths. All right. Now we're gonna take our right leg up and we're gonna hold on to it. We're gonna pull it towards our face. Okay, your left leg is extended out straight on the floor, and we're just gonna try to pull our leg in. Hopefully you can get your leg closer to your face than me. That's my hope for you. You should be able to. Just keep pushing it nice and straight. This is a great exercise to do on your own. If you can't quite reach your foot, you can grab a belt or a towel or one of those resistance bands that you might have at home. You can wrap it around your foot and hold on to it and pull that leg back towards your face with one of those. That's a really good thing to do. Let's switch legs. You might feel it stretching your hip flexor on the bottom leg. That's a good thing, okay? Keep trying to push that leg straight. Mine is shaking. Yours might be too. That's okay. All right, let's do Cheerio while we're laying here. So right leg is gonna cross, ankle over knee, and you're gonna lift that bottom leg up. You're just gonna hold on to it wherever you feel comfortable, okay? Kind of like a laying down figure 4 stretch. Leg kind of looks like a 4. If you were to straighten this leg, it would. So pull that knee in, stretch out those hips, and we'll go other leg, ankle over knee, and pull that leg in. Hopefully your ankle is closer to your face than mine is. But we all just do the best we can. That's all we can do. All right, let's roll over to our stomach, okay? And we're just gonna push up into this position. You're gonna be nice and arched, maybe like a seal pose is what we can call this one. Looks like you're a seal coming up on the beach. Looking up towards the ceiling, feel a stretch in your abs. And let's press back into child's pose or cat stretch. Pushing those armpits down towards the floor. Feel a stretch in through there. All right, let's stretch out those calves a little bit more. We're gonna come in on all fours here. And we're gonna straighten our back legs. Stick your booty up into the sky on purpose and feel the stretch in your hamstrings and your calves. Should feel pretty good. So you're trying to push back. Trying to get those heels to touch the floor. All right, ladies, come on your booty again. You're gonna put your arms behind your back, trying to touch your fingers together, kind of close, and then scoot your booty forward. We're gonna stretch out those shoulders, okay? It may not look like it, but this feels pretty intense for me. I'm really tight in my shoulders. So, try to work it down. If you're as tight as me, maybe do this one several times a week, maybe extra. All right, come on up, and we're gonna hit a back bend, okay? So, arms by those ears, feet planted, and 3, 2, 1, up. Push, rock it back and forth a little bit. Look at those hands. And kick over. And rock it out. All right, ladies. Roll those wrists out with me. While we're doing this, I want to say thank you for joining me today. Stretching is so important. If you are doing workouts at home, if you are tumbling at home, safety is always the number one concern for us. We want you to be safe. And so we want you to have fun as well, but make sure that you are effectively stretching out before you tumble and before you work out. And even after you do your workouts, you should be stretching afterwards too. So important to keep our bodies safe, to keep our bodies healthy, and to keep us flexible, okay? Do this video several times a week. Even if you don't do the video with me, just do all those stretches. A lot of you probably have them memorized anyway. So just keep doing it, keep working hard. I miss you guys like crazy, and hopefully we can get back into the gym soon. Bye.